Good evening, everyone. Welcome to PA 663, Public Budgeting and Finance. I'm Professor Mark Fudge, and I'll be your instructor for this spring 2015 quarter. I want to let you know that the syllabus has been posted on Blackboard, so please take a few minutes to review the syllabus. In addition, I've also created a voiceover PowerPoint that describes or discusses elements of the syllabus in a little bit more detail. Certainly, if you have questions, if you have any concerns, please feel free to contact me either by email or a telephone call or stopping by my office hours. I think the information and the content in the syllabus and in the PowerPoint presentation should make things pretty clear, but certainly if you do have questions, I'm here to help as much as possible. So don't feel as if you're ever emailing me too much or contacting me too much, because I know this is an online class, and the content that's delivered is different obviously than you'll find in a face-to-face class. So certainly if you do have questions, be sure to let me know. I also want to remind everyone that your first self-assessment journal is due this Thursday, April 9th by 11:59 p.m. and each of your self-assessment journals are due on Thursday at that time at 11:59 p.m. of the module in which they're scheduled. One of the reasons why I have those done or due by Thursday at midnight is so that if you do have questions, if you do have any any information that needs to be presented in a different manner, in more detail, that I can address those concerns and questions you have prior to you taking your quiz, which is open between Friday and Sundays of each week. So certainly if you have questions, and the self-assessment journal is really designed to assist you in that way, and also assist me to ensure that you are understanding everything that's being delivered. Now, as you know, our first quiz, however, will not be until next week. So you don't have a quiz this week, but the following week is when, I guess that's the 16th, the 17th through the 19th is when the first quiz will be available on Blackboard. And these quizzes are timed at 10 minutes. There are 10 multiple choice questions, and they'll cover the content from that particular module that they're assigned. The caveat, however, is with the first quiz, it'll cover material from Module 1 and Module 2. But every quiz after that, every subsequent quiz will only cover the content from that particular module that it has been assigned. Now, as you know, in this budgeting class, we deal with how government uses and allocates the resources it has to deliver services to the public. And we first begin the quarter by discussing expenditures and how government actually spends its money. And that's really the first 4 or 5 weeks of the quarter. The second half of the quarter, however, is when we get into, I think it's a little bit more interesting area of budgeting, and that's the area of revenue. So how government can increase its funds to provide more services to the public. And in many ways, there are different creative mechanisms built in for government to do this, in particular because it's difficult to raise large sums of money in the public sector without taxing or creating burdens upon the public. So those are the two basic areas of the course that will cover expenditures and revenues. We'll also focus somewhat on performance-based budgeting or performance budgeting, and indeed there is a lecture that kind of bridges between the expenditure discussion and the revenue discussion on performance-based budgeting. And as you know, your research paper focuses on performance-based budgeting. And one of the reasons why I like to discuss this topic in more detail is because as we move forward, as governments and public organizations move forward and try to enable or try to become more accountable and in some ways transparent to the public, there's a goal in mind to deliver services in the best possible fashion. And one way to do that, at least one way to measure how effective government is, or areas where it can be improved upon, is through performance budgeting. So that is a key area that we'll discuss this quarter. Alright, so again, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me, and I look forward to a very fun and exciting quarter this spring 2015.